Hello there, everyone.
Hey there, dipshit. You better not be wasting our time. I got a very important flight in a couple hours, and I cannot afford to snooze through this list. That's your thing, Sleepy Joe.
Screw you with your bullying, you self-centered, egocentric fucktwat.
You just said the same thing with two different words. Your speech takes more mental lapse than the senile hamster powering the wheel in your head. It ain't going places, Joe.
Hey guys. I'm ready to start getting through these wonder weapons fast. There's a ton of them, and it's going to take a while to judge them based on factors like damage, design, and high round viability. As far as any reoccurring wonder weapons go, they will be judged by the quality of all their appearances between titles.
Oh, God, for fuck's sake.
You guys good or not?
Oh, hell yeah, man, I'm swell.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
All right, then. Let's kick things off with this absolute classic. The one
Ray
and
gun,
only...
instant A tier. I love this weapon. It downs hordes of zombies really quick.
Quicker than it takes for you to come up with a substantial thought process.
Fuck off, the ray gun is great.
Suck my glowing green balls, Joe. Everyone knows the ray gun's pretty fucking mid as a wonder weapon.
What do you mean mid? It's a powerful weapon, flashy, fun to use. Yeah, I've heard it falls off in the later rounds, but compared to most other weapons available, it's not a bad weapon at all.
Oh my fucking
especially
God,
in the games without double pap. It's always my go-to weapon whenever I need to blast away zombies.
What are you talking about, Joe? The only blasting that weapon does on high rounds is piss streams on goddamn kneecaps. It makes crawlers on round 23. There's no PhD in half the maps. Shit for points, and it's inferior to the Mark II in every way. The only game where it actually lives up to its reputation is Cold War, but who wants to play that steaming pile of crap anyways? C tier at best.
I suppose those are some valid points there, Donnie, but at the same time, you have to acknowledge how iconic this weapon is. It's been with us for the entire journey, 15 years at this point. It has not only become emblematic of Call of Duty Zombies as a whole, but a beacon of nostalgia for the good times that we now cling to so fondly.
Beautiful, just beautiful, Obama. What a fond speech, I tell you, but I'm sorry, I just don't believe that objectively makes a difference here.
Trump, you are truly a heartless
Well,
pig.
you're just one really stubborn ass. I gave my reasons.
How about we just compromise at B, then?
Anything to get this guy to shut the hell up for
Fuck this
once?
guy, but same.
So we go on.
Next, we have the Wunderwaffe DG-2. Created by Dr. Richtofen himself, it fires a bolt of electricity that chains up to 10 zombies per shot. Being the first wonder weapon to deal infinite damage, I see it as a very important part of the mode's history and a useful weapon for high rounds. I consider it A-tier material. What do you guys think?
Sounds pretty solid to me. Seems like you explained your points very well.
Oh yeah, that sounds all well and good, but Obama, you missed a few things. The Wunderwaffe never gives drops, so unless you use gobblegums, you have to use other weapons. Still a very, very good wonder weapon, but when you have so many others that also give drops, it just doesn't compare.
I suppose I hadn't thought of that.
I'm sure you didn't.
However, there's also that bullshit juggernaut glitch with the Waffle gun that kind of soiled the original Der Riese for me. But since it only happened in the World at War version, it shouldn't be held against it.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Shut up.
You know, I never really understood where the waffle comes from. After all, it shoots electricity.
It's German, you dyslexic fuck. It's a pun on the word Waffe, which means weapon.
Of course, I had a feeling it was German. I was just asking.
Then use Google next time.
I think we can all agree that this weapon is great, but compared to other weapons on this list, it just doesn't measure up.
Just like you with Stormy Daniels, isn't that right, Donald?
Fuck off. I'll have you know both my hands and my dick are comically large.
That's a laugh.
Well, anyways, I think it's fair to put this weapon in B tier. We have a lot more coming, so let's keep moving.
Hot diggity dog. Thundergun. S tier. No questions asked.
Oh, brother. Fitting you worship this noob's choice? I'll admit the Thundergun is good for damage as well as ammo. However, just like the previous weapon, it doesn't give drops in Black Ops 1, although in Black Ops 3 it does, which makes it more viable there.
You are correct on that note. It is very useful for high-round strategies in that game like the alleyway strat.
Exactly, Obama, but the other part of me despises this weapon for being piss easy to use. Who the hell thought it was a good idea to put the Thundergun on some of the easiest maps in Zombies, while having the winner's shard in two of the hardest ones? It takes zero skill to use. It's practically made for casuals like you, Joe.
What's your beef with casual players, Trump? Not everyone needs to be G Fuel guzzlers every game.
No, they do not, but I assure you dealing with idiots who don't know how to play the game is even worse. Still scared to play solo, Joe?
I understand what you're saying, Donnie, but considering it gives drops and kills more per shot than the Wunderwaffe, it should be higher than the previous weapons. I think A tier seems fair.
I can get behind that logic, even though I think the ray gun should be the same tier as it.
Oh, brother, we already went through this. Nobody gives a damn about your stupid cold snore, all right? But yes, Barack, I agree. A tier is fine.
A tier it is.
But on the other hand, this fucking disappointment goes straight to F tier.
I agree. It has essentially no ammo, yet has the damage of a pea shooter, not to mention the slowed down zombies can mess up your train.
Tell me about it, Barack. This gun goes in the shitter where it belongs.
I agree, in the original Black Ops, it's a shit show. However, to be fair, the Winter's Howl is actually very good and classified.
That's true, they definitely buffed it.
Sure they did, but what difference does it make when Black Ops 4 is total fucking garbage? In that map, it's not even necessary for that boring as fuck shield strat, and it only kills because the devs didn't put in a proper zombie health cap. That version even sounds like a kid's toy because that's what this fucking game is. Childish garbage.
I heavily disagree with your negative take of the game, even if it does have its problems. But I don't think we should have reason to argue about this any longer.
I can. The Winter's Howl sucks ass and Black Ops 4 doesn't make up for it.
What I meant was this tier list has placements for both versions of the Winter's Howl, so we can just put the original in F tier and the new one in B tier. That way everyone's mind is satisfied, right?
Fine, okay, but it's not going higher than the Wunderwaffe.
Up next, we have the Scavenger. It is a unique weapon, part sniper, part explosive weapon. But the fact that it fails to perform on high rounds drags it down by a large margin. It is very powerful against George, though, so I have to give it points there.
With this baby, I can put that director in his grave faster than Joe put our economy into shambles.
Asshole!
However, once you get past the 40s, this weapon becomes such a letdown. A real tragedy.
I knew George could be killed, but I've never done it.
Sure you didn't. He has 250,000 health per player, so even with the strongest weapons, it would take a while. Dragunov Scavenger Doll's death machine. All useful, especially if you make headshots.
Interesting. I'll try it out sometime.
This weapon is slightly underwhelming, but I can still see it being at the top of C.
I was thinking the same thing, Obama. Oh great, this waste of a gun slot.
Nigga, you tell me. As far as actually being able to kill zombies, the VR-11 is an absolute joke. One shot turns zombies into CIA agents, which is not only weird as fuck, but fails to attract zombies like it's supposed to. It also calms down George when he's pissed, and when upgraded causes them to explode if shot 3 times. And all this gimmicky bullshit when it has just a dozen shots in total.
I've used it to calm down George before, but doesn't it also get rid of him for a while?
You're on one hell of a drug if you think a single ass round is a while. Besides, that's the upgraded version, which is just as bereft of ammo as the base.
To be fair, the insta-kill ability is pretty useful for high rounds.
Yes, it is, but that's only because there's no traps on this fuck-up of a map, and even so, that doesn't even work for solo.
I still like the map, but those are some cold, hard facts, Donnie. Apart from that one ability, the VR-11 is damn near useless to hold on to.
Certainly sounds like it from what I've heard. I would put it in D tier.
Too high for me, but yeah, I can wager.
This weapon looks interesting. What's it called?
The 31 RCXD Niner Miner, whatchamacallit, I don't give a fuck.
It's 31-79, JGB 215. Its coordinates or something like that, but most just call it the baby maker.
Something Barack's hubby isn't. Just messing with you, buddy.
Whatever. Anyways, this weapon is pretty damn amazing for high rounds, seeing as it has lots of ammo, gives drops, and the fact that you can kill the babies in any way you want. Imagine that out of context.
Yeah, well, I think the map is AIDS for being so needlessly anti-player. You have to admire the sick strategies people come up with, like the bridge co-op and Semtex room strats. Almost makes me want to torture myself again.
I'm not a big fan of this map either, but this weapon is truly something spectacular.
You guys just suck at the map. Anyways, how does A sound?
I don't understand how you actually enjoy playing Shang Obama. A tier's good with me.
Well, this one's an anomaly, considering it's like 2 weapons in one. Also, the way it kills makes it like the bastard child of the Thundergun and Wunderwaffe.
That's definitely one way of putting things.
I think the single-shot version of the wave gun is a solid weapon, about as good as the Thundergun. Although I don't find the dual wield as useful.
This weapon is also not very good for points, nor does it give any drops. However, you have to admit that for high rounds, this weapon is great, provided you also have Gersh devices to get max ammos.
I suppose that's true. I've also heard it doesn't hurt the spaceman.
Fuck that space commie. I swear to God, next time my jug gets stolen, my beat-up controller will be the first Microsoft device on the moon.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Oh, don't turn that back around on me, you asshole. He's not even hard to kill. He's just plain fucking annoying.
I agree. I was just messing with you, buddy.
Getting back on track here, I think it belongs at the top of B.
Just do it, Obama.
Okay, fine, geez.
Thank you.
Starting Black Ops 2, we have the jet gun. Well, I think this is a weapon we can all agree on. F tier. Now let's move to the
Now, hold on there for a second.
What?
Okay, I knew you were an elitist capitalist prude, but please tell me in what universe is the jet gun a good weapon?
This one, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Not only does this weapon have infinite damage, but infinite ammo as well. In the realm of wonder weapons, do you know how rare that is? Yeah, sure, it's a pain to build and it can break, but that just means you have to know what you're doing with it. To actual experienced players, that shit's easy.
That's true, of course, but the weapon certainly isn't enjoyable to use. The mere fact that when it breaks, you have to build it all over again is enough to send it to
Look,
bottom tier.
Obambi, it's not my fault you pussies can't handle a bit of discipline.
Trump, you goddamn contrarian. Anyone with a functioning brain knows this weapon is fucking horrible. And discipline? Ha! You surely didn't show discipline that time when you incited a riot after that Smash tournament live stream. They sent us death threats for weeks because of what you said when you lost. Why? Because you were a sore loser. That's why no one likes playing with you.
You know what? Fuck you guys, I'll leave. Probably going to practice some speed runs on MM or some shit like that. Peace out, you fucking nerds.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You probably shouldn't have said that, but it's okay.